Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now. Let's talk about a potential blockbuster move that has the entire NFL buzzing. Rumors are swirling that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are eyeing a trade for Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Washington Commanders could be the final destination in this high-stakes game of chess before the trade deadline hits on November 4th. This isn't just some idle speculation. The buzz is real, and it's being fueled by insiders like Rossini, who reports that the Bucs, facing a tight cap situation, are considering sending Winfield to the Commanders in exchange for a couple of low-round draft picks, specifically a third-rounder in 2026 and a fourth-rounder in 2027. If this deal goes down, it could be a game-changer for Washington's secondary, which has been struggling to contain explosive offenses and has shown some vulnerability in the passing game this season. And let's not forget, this isn't just about acquiring a talented safety. It's about adding a versatile game-changer who can really elevate Washington's defense. Antoine Winfield Jr. is a safety who plays with the instincts of a hawk, reading plays at lightning speed and making game-changing interceptions. His ability to cover in deep zones, support against the run, and blitz effectively makes him one of the most well-rounded safeties in the league today. His career stats speak volumes: 398 tackles, 15 interceptions, 45 pass deflections, and 7 sacks. His PFF grade of 92 isn't just good, it's elite, and his coverage EPA of -0.15 per snap shows how impactful he's been when on the field. He allows just 62.4% completion percentage when targeted, and the yards per target against him are a mere 6.1 yards. That's shutdown cornerback level coverage from a safety. This season, through September 15th, Winfield has been a force for the Bucs, with 28 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 5 pass deflections in just a handful of games. He's been healthy, consistent, and showing why he's considered one of the top safeties in the NFL. The Buccaneers, sitting at 2-1, have been a bit leaky in their secondary, giving up about 240 passing yards per game. Nothing extraordinary, but enough to raise eyebrows. They've got a cap hit of roughly $2 million for Winfield in 2024. But projections suggest that they could save around $5 million if they move on from him. That's significant for a team like Tampa Bay, which is prioritizing retooling around their quarterback, Baker Mayfield, and trying to manage their cap space effectively. Trading Winfield wouldn't just be about clearing cap, it would be about acquiring assets to rebuild that secondary or to bolster other areas. Meanwhile, the Commanders are sitting at 0-3, and their defense has been giving up big plays, 12 per game, which is way too high. Their cap situation isn't as tight as the Bucs, with about $5 million available after restructuring the contract of Forrest, adding a bit more flexibility. Washington's defense has been a mix of flashes of promise but too many breakdowns, especially in coverage. They rank near the bottom in takeaways, with an average of just 8 interceptions per season, and need a spark. Adding Winfield could be that spark, transforming their secondary into a more disciplined, aggressive unit that can force turnovers and shut down the league's best receivers. What makes Winfield so appealing isn't just his stats or versatility. It's his leadership and football IQ. He plays with a swagger reminiscent of Ed Reed, a true ball hawk who can change the course of a game with a single play. And in today's NFL, where turnovers are the currency of winning, having a player like Winfield on your defense can elevate the entire team. His ability to blitz, support against the run, and cover the deep pass makes him a Swiss Army knife in the back end. Plus, his experience and leadership are exactly what a young, rebuilding team like Washington needs to start establishing a championship culture. The potential impact of this trade isn't just about one player either. It's about sending a message. Washington is serious about competing, about building a defense that can carry the team deep into the playoffs. The odds of a Super Bowl are currently at plus 15-0, but with a move like this and the added defensive stability, those odds could shrink significantly, maybe even to a more respectable plus 7,500. Winfield's presence would serve as an X factor, boosting the turnover rate in playoff games by roughly 18%. a huge advantage. Think about the legacy he could leave, much like Troy Polamalu did for the Steelers, a player whose instincts and versatility made him a nightmare for offenses. Of course, this is all speculation right now, but the signs are there. The Bucs are under pressure to make moves, and the Commanders are looking to turn their season around. If Washington manages to land Winfield, it could be the piece that cements their defense as a top-tier unit, capable of making a deep playoff run and maybe even propelling them toward their first Super Bowl in decades. The trade deadline always brings surprises, and this one, if it materializes, could be one of the biggest in recent memory. It's a bold move, but in today's NFL, boldness is often what separates contenders from pretenders. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, whether this trade happens or not, it signals that Washington is serious about making strategic moves to improve the roster. With the right pieces, especially a player of Winfield's caliber, the Commanders could finally turn things around and start building that winning culture that fans have been dreaming of for years. The NFC East is as competitive as ever, with teams like the Eagles and Cowboys always lurking. But Washington has the talent, and now, potentially, the strategic pieces to challenge those giants. That's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just about one player, but about the vision of a team that's ready to take the next step. The secondary has been a sore spot, but with Winfield in the fold, they could be a force to be reckoned with, especially in critical moments when turnovers and big plays decide the game. And don't forget, the NFL trade deadline often brings surprises. Teams are looking to maneuver, to upgrade, or to shed cap space for future flexibility. The Buccaneers, despite their 2-1 start, are in a tight spot financially, and trading Winfield could be part of a bigger plan to retool their roster for a deep playoff push or a rebuild. For Washington, acquiring someone like Winfield isn't just about the immediate boost. It's about setting a foundation for sustained success. Building a defense with a player of his talent, one who plays with the intensity of a seasoned veteran and the instincts of a true playmaker, could be the catalyst that turns the tide for the Commanders. It's about creating a legacy, something that fans can rally behind and that players can aspire to. This season has been filled with ups and downs for Washington, but with strategic moves, they might be able to turn things around quicker than expected. The NFC East remains wide open, and with an infusion of talent like Winfield, the Commanders could be on their way to becoming serious contenders once again. It's a story that's unfolding right before our eyes, and as fans, we've got to stay tuned because the next few weeks could bring some exciting developments. Whether or not the trade goes through, it's clear that Washington is looking to make a statement, that they're not just here to compete but to dominate. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news.